anytime you're, selling or providing a new technology or or solving a new problem, my experience at least has been that the biggest competition is doing nothing.
Right. Exactly.
I love this thing. This is great. And then nothing, do you see that? What is the mindset behind that? And what is the consequence of that sort of approach when it comes to security and performance in this case?
Well, so security, it's obvious. We've just seen the big incident the last few weeks, right? That's priceless, right? I mean, the damage that a security incident can do for you is priceless, right? Even in the current case, nobody knows if they haven't left other bots there that will wake up in 2 years, and then they will cause the damage, right? So you basically really don't know what you don't know. I think from what we're seeing more on the performance or user experience side is it manifests itself in many places. So for example, if you are trying to be an agile business and you're trying to introduce new services and more services, what you'll see from the organization is a lot of friction, because the people kind of make sure that what they know today stays the same. So they will say, oh, I don't know if I can introduce it because I think our firewalls are too loaded. So I don't want you to introduce this new service until I run whatever, right? So every time you're trying to be agile and introduce business faster or new services faster, you get pushback from the operations team because they don't know. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing, that if you don't have visibility, you just are very cautious and you slow down everything. On the other hand, you lose productivity, right? So if you have a big hospital and you have doctors that wait for an X-ray and just give up and go to the next, either they stay there and lose time, or they go to the next one because they're frustrated, actually, the nicest thing I see that is very easy for us, we work a lot, again, with the financial trading companies and the ultra low latency. They know exactly, because they can count at the end of the day how many trades failed because they failed to receive packets on time. So there it's measurable. And even there, it's interesting because we work with the service providers there, and they need to increase the capacity of the WANs. And so they have their sales guys saying, oh, I want more and more. And their operations guys say, no, it's too expensive. And, they just stand there and like, okay, I don't know. Do I need to buy another WAN? I don't need. Should I wait for the failures? And again, without data, you just get into this ever going, discussions without being able to move forward.
Yeah.
So I would say it's both a loss of productivity if something does happen, as well as just agility of the business as you plan and move forward.
Yeah, and I suppose in the finance sector, you can often put a direct price tag on these things. It makes it a little bit easier to talk about, but there's so many ways in which everybody suffers those costs. It's just that it's a little harder to put a number on it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, every business has something that you can think about it as transaction, right? If you're a hospital, that's doctor's hours. If it's a website, it's how much time it takes you to go through the page and move to the next one. So most businesses at the end of the day can think about a transaction, and this loss of productivity, if a transaction takes too much time or more time, and the frustration associated with that. Is essentially what they benefit by actually investing in tools to give them visibility.
Yeah.
Another side is churn. I mean, and again, with financial services, it's very easy to see because their customers are also sophisticated and can measure. But we see it with service providers too. People kind of get frustrated and things don't work, so they just jump to the next service provider because it's very easy, and they hope that the next one will give them something less frustrating.